I'm going to use most of the starter, just leaving a little bit left so that I can have some for feeding. I like to make sourdough this way because it leaves very little waste. I don't have a ton of extra discard. In fact, most times I don't have any discard to deal with. So basically, just use whatever starter I happen to have, use it up, and then alter the recipe accordingly. While I'm at it, I will go ahead and feed the starter. I'm just going to probably put an equal amount of flour as there is starter in there. And I'm going to add water until I mix it and it becomes a thick pancake batter texture. So it's going to take a bit, maybe a cup, I don't know. I'm just going to eyeball it and go from there. It is one of those days. Nothing seems to be going easy for me today. But I added a little too much water on accident. So I accidentally added a little extra water because it's just one of those days. And I just added a little extra flour as a result. So it looks pretty good. Pretty thick. Good to go. If it were a little thinner, it would be fine too. So if you add a little extra water sometimes, it's okay. Just add a little extra flour and try to make it just generally thick pancake batter texture. I'm going to put my starter in the fridge because I'm not really planning to make bread after this today, and probably not until tomorrow evening. So putting this in the fridge, and I'll get it out tomorrow afternoon so that it's nice and warm in time for bread tomorrow evening. Alright, so I need my dough hook, and I think I need a new dough hook, but I haven't noticed being too big of a problem. I need to have one that doesn't have the enamel all over it. The same thing happened with my mixer paddle a long time ago, and my husband nicely got me one of these. It doesn't have any enamel on it. It works very well. And I think I need the same thing for this. Alright, so my thought process in making sourdough is start with the starter. I have a lot today, so I won't have to add a lot of water or flour. I'm going to just start with the flour. Just do about a couple cups worth, maybe a little less. If I add too much, I know my mixer is not going to be able to handle it. Next, I go to salt. So I do about 2 teaspoons of salt for 2 loaves, a teaspoon per loaf. And oil. I do a drizzle of oil. And sugar. You can do white sugar or brown sugar. Because my family doesn't prefer the sour taste of sourdough, I like to sort of reduce that flavor a little by adding some sugar. So we have starter, flour, salt, oil, and sugar. And that is the main component of the sourdough bread that I make. Sometimes I will add oatmeal and water to it. And I will have to add a little water most likely to this, but we'll see how it goes. there's still some dry flour at the bottom of the bowl, so I'm going to go ahead and add some water. Just added a little drizzle. It might have been too much. Yes, I added too much water. Of course. I think I just needed to be a little more patient when I mixed it initially. The starter had enough moisture in it probably should have just trusted it, but I have some patience. Okay, so now it's just about the way I like it. It definitely needs to be kneaded more, but it's actually coming away from the edges of the bowl. And it will dry out a little bit more, become more cohesive as I knead it. If I want to, I can always add a little more flour a little bit later in the process, and it's perfectly fine. So my philosophy with sourdough is basically wet the dries. So if you have a bunch of flour in there, you just gotta get it wet in order for it to function like normal dough. And so far so good. It needs more kneading. Halfway through the kneading by this point. And I'm doing this crazy setup where I'm holding it because for some reason my mixer likes to bounce even though it's locked in. The dough sometimes is too thick for it to hold on to it. So I need to do this situation where I'm holding the kneading hook just a little bit above the bowl for it to not go crazy on me. So the less dough I have usually, the less problem I have with that. So this is looking really good. It's come away from the edges of the bowl really nicely, but it's super moist and sticky still. So I have a stainless steel bowl, so that might make a difference if yours isn't. But generally there's nothing really sticking to the sides. I have a little residue, but the whole lump of dough is cohesive, so that's what I'm going for. I'm going to knead it a little bit more to finish off the process of gluten development, and then I'll call it good. If by this point you still feel like it's too sticky, you can add flour. It's okay. You don't have to start the kneading process all over again. Just keep going until you get it nice and cohesive and it looks really stretchy, like so. Now I'm going to knead it a little bit more because as you can see, it is breaking as it stretches. It breaks before it stretches thin. So I'm going to go ahead and knead it more. People usually do a window pane test, which means like if you stretch the dough, you'll be able to see through it like a window instead of it breaking to pieces like that. So that is the goal. I try to get at least close to that. If I don't actually achieve that, I try to get close to that. Alright, some people have great expectations of their dough. I do not have great expectations of this dough. I do not expect it to pass the window pane test. I mean, it's close to it, but pretty sure it's not quite there yet. I'm not going to expect that. It is cohesive. I can go ahead and grab the whole lump of dough with my bare hand. I can do that if I wanted to. It's going to stick together pretty well. It's not going to crumble apart. So I'm going to call that good. I'm going to oil this. I'm going to let it rise through the day. Just going to pour a little bit of this coconut oil on top just to very lightly coat it. I'll use a spatula. Just gently scrape the sides down so I can just get the whole lump of dough coated. I typically have this rise overnight, but my schedule is a little off, so I'm going to let it rise through the day and bake this in the evening when it's a little bit cooler. I don't really prefer to bake in the hot summer days, so I wait till evening. And I'll let it rise for an hour after I put it in the loaf pans, and I'll bring you along for that process too.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you said no. I said, oh. Oh, I thought you said no.
I squished bread for my video.
What?
I just squished bread in front of the camera.